It's a week to honor police throughout the nation, and today the public is invited to a police memorial in Fond du Lac. The department lost an officer in the line of duty in March. Officer Craig Burkholz was killed during a standoff in the city of Fond du Lac, and officials say the suspect, James Cruxon, then took his own life. Officer Ryan Williams, along with his canine partner Grendel, were seriously injured, but both are now back on the job. As for the investigation, the Department of Justice is handling it and has to this point declined to answer questions about the shooting. Officer Ryan Williams will be attending the public memorial in Fond du Lac, and Angela Kelly is telling us more about it. She joins us live now. Hi, Ange.
Good morning, Rachel. Well, we're joining you from the Fond du Lac Public Safety Memorial here in Hamilton Park, and at 11:30 today they will unveil what has been added to this memorial. Craig Burkholz's name, the officer, of course, who was shot and killed during that standoff incident about 2 months ago. They also have a bench here in honor of him. Now, that incident happened about 5 blocks from this location. Officer Burkholz was killed. Officer Ryan Williams survived, along with his police dog Grendel, and I thank the both of you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
First, let's start off. What are you anticipating with this memorial?
I am participating that it's going to just be a time to honor Craig and all that he did for the department and the kind of man he was, and it's going to be a time for us to remember him in our hearts and yet put him to rest and move on and make his life worth something in our lives, but move on and show our department that we can live after such a traumatic event happened.
If we can go back to that traumatic event, can you bring us back to that day and tell us about the moment that you were shot and what happened?
The moment I was shot, I was just in total fear. My lungs filled up with blood, so I thought it was a fatal wound. I thought of my kids instantly, and I knew I had to get out of the house. And it was pretty much all adrenaline and reaction at that time to get myself to safety, and with the help of my fellow officers I was able to do that, and so many people are responsible for saving my life that day that it was just an awesome show of teamwork.
Where were you hit, Ryan?
I was hit right here in the front shoulder originally, and then in the back with the second shot.
Okay. You were wearing a police vest like this, exactly similar, right?
Yep.
And even though you had a police vest on, it still went through.
Yeah, a high-powered rifle that like I was shot with, and he likes to chew on it. Fancy. We'll go through a lot of vests, actually. That's why all these fundraisers that we're doing, we're actually trying to get these ceramic plates inside our vests, which would actually stop a high-powered rifle. Fancy, got me that.
And this is much heavier. You can feel how much heavier this is.
Yeah, that's like 5 pounds right there, and if you can imagine one of those in the front and the back, that would add 10 pounds to the vest. But that would actually stop the rifle I got shot with. The shot actually went through this vest, and it actually went through the vest that I'm wearing right now. So it went through 2 vests. It did save my life. It slowed down the bullets enough so they didn't exit my body. What we were looking for in our department is get something that would actually stop what I was hit with. Ryan,
you told me earlier that at one point you thought that was it. You weren't going to make it.
It was a tough feeling. It was really hard because I wanted to call my wife and tell her everything, and I couldn't at that point just because it's just not a good idea to do that. And I kind of begged with the fire department and EMS to let me do that, and you know, they didn't, but for good reason. It's just it's a hard situation to be in, to want to make that call that could be your last time speaking with the ones you love.
How are you doing physically now?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. This whole thing, I've kind of set goals for myself, and it's kind of helped me get through it. And my next goal is to do the Berkey Challenge, a 67-mile bike ride. So I've been biking a lot. I've got 200 miles on my bike since the incident actually occurred, which I think is pretty good. And so I'll be doing the 67-mile bike ride. And for a guy that was shot, 60 days ago, I think that's pretty good.
It's incredible, actually. What about Grendel? When did you find out about Grendel and what had happened to him?
I actually found out about him when I wanted to watch the news on Tuesday, two days after the incident. I don't remember the Sunday or Monday, but Tuesday I found out because I wanted to watch the news. They wanted to prepare me for it, so they told me that Grendel was shot. And I feel kind of bad. I didn't take it as bad as I probably should have, but there was just too much going on at that time. It was so overwhelming.
Where was Grendel hit? I know that you had me feel a spot earlier. You can almost kind of feel where he got wounded.
His hair is growing back now, but you can actually see where he was shaved here. And if you feel, there's a rough spot right down here where he was actually shot. But he's healing so fast right now. It's unbelievable.
And is he able to get back into the job like you are?
Oh yeah, he's ready to get back. He's already antsy around the house, and anytime I put on work or training clothes, he's ready to go out the house. He's running around the house, knocking over my kids. So he's ready to go. It's just the fact that when we get back on the road, I didn't really have any question once I knew he was going to be physically all right, if he's going to be back. But now after training with him for a while, I know he's going to be back.
Do you have any nerves going back into the physical action of the job? I mean, do you think, wow, this could happen again? Does that scare you?
No, it doesn't. I think I knew going into the job that this could have happened. I didn't obviously think it was going to happen to me, but I don't have any nerves. I think if I was in the same circumstance, going up a stairs, similar circumstance, the hair on the back of my head, my neck would stand up, but I'd still go and do it. And but that's a good nervousness. That's a being safe nervousness. I kind of feel like I need to get back out there just to prove to myself that I can do it.
And your chief, actually, Tony Barthuli, said that you've really been an inspiration to the department with your positive attitude that you're obviously showing this morning and really helping the department kind of get back on its feet from this tragedy. How does that make you feel to know that you're such an inspiration to other people? It
feels great. Just knowing what my department went through and seeing that I can help in some way is a great feeling. I kind of took it upon myself that I was going to try to raise the spirits of everyone that came through my hospital room and everyone that met me, and I think I was pretty successful in doing that. And then my recovery alone, has kind of brightened people's spirits. So I like that. I like to be the good driving force in people's lives, and I take that as what I want to do. Is I want to inspire people that no matter what's wrong, if they have disease or anything like that, they can conquer it by just setting goals and having a good positive attitude.
And finally, before we go, this is National Police Week. So anybody who's watching, what do you want to tell people who are watching? What should they remember and think about when they think about the policemen and women who serve our communities?
I think they got to remember that it shouldn't take something like this to happen to realize what we all do for them. A lot of times police are focused in a negative light because of the job that we do. But in instances like this, there's been so much support and everything. I think they just have to remember that we're here, we're doing our job, and there's a reason why we're doing that job, and that's to keep people safe. And I feel that now from the community, but through 9 years of police work, you don't always feel that. And I think they understand now. I just want them to keep that feeling alive, that's what we do, that's why we're here.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for talking with us, and thank you for what you do for our communities. And Grendel, thank you too.
Vamos.
We're glad to hear that you both are doing very well. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So that memorial today is at 11:30 here in Hamilton Park at the Fond du Lac Public Safety Memorial. It is open to the public, and come on out and say thank you and pay a tribute to these officers.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, yeah.
And Ange, tell them good luck on the Berkey, and I found out more information about that memorial bike ride to honor Officer Burkholtz, and I put that on my Facebook page. It's also on the Fond du Lac Police website. So thanks, Ange.
Fantastic. Yes.
Now, Officer Williams is getting help from the Fond du Lac Police Department and the community to cover his $12,000 in medical bills following the shooting. As of Tuesday, the police department fund had about $48,000, and a canine fund had almost $22,000. The money has come from donations and several fundraisers. Police Captain Steve Klein says he hopes some of the remaining money can be used to buy those bulletproof vests. This week,